Rick Blangiardi is the general manager of Hawaii News Now, and damn, what the hell do I say about this guy? He's pretty awesome. He is pretty awesome. He was the first to merge 3 different stations' newscasts into one. And now other news organizations throughout the United States are coming to Rick to learn more about how he did it. So that's part of the reason why I wanted to learn more about Rick and meet with Rick and see what kind of advice he had to offer. But also, just any type of news organization is an extremely difficult business. There's deadlines to meet, and you have to get your facts straight, and you have to produce a level of quality that people expect. And that quality not only is on the production side, but it's on the quality of the content. And Rick is able to manage a very large team of people to create the news. Rick is able to manage a large team of people to bring the news to you each and every day. And that in itself is an accomplishment. And I just wanted to kind of tap into his years of experience and see what kind of advice he might have to offer.
Boy, that's a broad question on challenges, because I think I feel them on a number of different levels. You know, I mean, I work in an industry that is really rapidly changing and will continue to change, driven by technology and new consumer behaviors. So we wrestle with that on an ongoing basis as far as reaching our viewers over multiple distribution platforms now, both online and on air. And so that part, I don't know if it's germane to this discussion. The things that keep me up at night, so to speak, the thing I think the most about is my day-to-day challenges here at the office and the men and women who work here. About 140 employees, most of whom are very talented, very creative, very competitive, all of whom demand a lot of each other and subsequently, I guess, of me from the standpoint of living up to my role for them as the general manager to be who they need me to be, and that expectation just as in reverse, I put it on them every day about who I need them to be in their jobs. Yeah, so my challenges are really focused on the workforce here and making sure we have the right men and women in the job who are capable of evolving with the times, open to change, who are constantly coming up with new ideas. I think the first thing is not certainly don't start off with any sense of entitlement, no matter where or how it is you define your launch pad, because starting out could be at different places. Starting out could be I just got out of high school, starting out could be I just got out of undergraduate, starting out I just got my MD, at different stages, the one thing I have seen for certain is everybody pays dues. And you have to have a perspective about that. And that while you are in the world to contribute, there's also a learning curve, if you will. And so be open to that. And so okay, no sense of entitlement. Aspire to lead, whether an individual or somebody who wants to ultimately evolve to an organization, and realize you can evolve with that. And I would really, maybe even first I'd recommend is find something you're truly passionate about. You know, don't look at the prospect, if you will, of having a job or making money as something, it's going to become, it's drudgery for you, so to speak. Because if you're young and you're just starting out, there's a long road ahead. That road is best fueled with your own individual success and happiness if you love what you're doing. So I would really say, find something that really turns you on. And you may not find it initially, but be open to that pursuit and don't settle, and you'll know. If you find something you really are passionate about, you'll know that. And then you go from there. So if at first, you don't succeed, as the old saying goes, you try a couple of times. I don't think most people, even people coming out of professional schools, have a real clear understanding, and that really kind of happens, manifests itself when you get out in the real world. I'll be 67 on my next birthday, and challenged, if you will, each and every day to lead. I constantly look for ways to improve and to learn. So that would be the other thing I would say, if I could add to this. So no sense of entitlement, have an aspiration to lead. I would also say, as I said, find something you're passionate about. And I always love it when I have these senior moments, but be a lifelong learner, okay? Have that approach that there's a lot to learn. Okay? I'm always humbled. You walk into a bookstore, you look at all those volumes, and if you even understand whether it's fiction or nonfiction, what it takes to get published, I think of all that stuff I don't even know. You know, other than maybe I've read maybe 10 books in a given book. You know, I'm always humbled by that. You know, of course, the bigger the library, the more humbling that is, you know? So there's a lot, you know, to learn in this world. And so being a lifelong learner is something I would really try to inculcate in somebody, because that's what happens. And the more you're in touch with that as you evolve, the more effective you'll be.